Stop everything you're doing right now, Dodgers fans. Because what I'm about to tell you is not speculation, not wishful thinking, and definitely not some manufactured off-season rumor designed to generate clicks. This is real, this is happening, and this could be the move that puts the final piece in place for the Dodgers' historic quest to win 3 consecutive World Series championships. We're talking about a legitimate all-star caliber player who solves the team's biggest weakness. A guy who brings exactly the skill set this roster has been desperately missing. And someone who fits the Dodgers championship culture like a perfectly tailored glove. Let's break this down. Are you ready for the chaos this could unleash? Imagine the headlines. Dodgers pull off heist of the century. But hold on, because the drama is just starting. What if this trade isn't just about baseball? What if it's a calculated power play to dominate the league for years? Fans are already erupting. This changes everything. They're saying, let's dive in, step by step, and expose the truth. The front office isn't just kicking tires on this one. They're actively engaged, aggressively pursuing, and according to multiple credible sources, they're one of the free-runners to land this player in what could be the most important trade of the entire offseason. This isn't about adding another superstar to an already loaded lineup. This is about finding the perfect complementary piece. The smart baseball play that championship teams make when they identify a weakness and attack it with precision and purpose. And trust me when I tell you, this move makes so much sense from every conceivable angle that you'll wonder why it took this long to become a serious possibility. People are furious already. Fans are blowing up social media. Media outlets are scrambling for scoops. Why? Because this isn't just a trade. It's a power shift. Think about it. Rival teams like the Padres and Giants are watching in horror, knowing their playoff hopes could vanish. Executives are whispering in back rooms, how did the Dodgers get this intel first? And you, the viewer, are in on the secret. Here's the crazy part. What if this rumor leaked on purpose to test the waters? Drop your theories in the comments. Is this front office genius or pure coincidence? All right, here it is. The player the Dodgers are aggressively targeting in trade discussions is Brendan Donovan of the St. Louis Cardinals. And before you scroll past thinking this is just another name being thrown around without substance, let me tell you exactly why this is legitimate and why it's gaining serious momentum. Jon Morosi, one of the most respected and connected insiders in baseball, went on MLB Network's Hot Stove and explicitly confirmed that the Los Angeles Dodgers are among several teams with active, serious interest in trading for Donovan. This isn't some random blogger making stuff up. This is verified reporting from someone who has direct access to front office personnel and actually knows what's happening behind closed doors. The St. Louis Cardinals, under new leadership from President of Baseball Operations Chaim Bloom, are in the middle of a significant organizational reset. They're not calling it a complete rebuild because they still have talent on the roster, but they're absolutely open to moving veteran players, especially those entering arbitration and making significant money. Brendan Donovan, coming off his first All-Star season, fits that profile perfectly. His salary is about to increase substantially through the arbitration process. And the Cardinals, stuck in this uncomfortable middle ground between contending and rebuilding, are listening to offers. And the Dodgers are not just listening from a distance. They're actively engaged in serious conversations. Here's the crazy part. What if this is the Cardinals' way of cashing in on a player who's about to get too expensive for their reset? Bloom's history screams it. He's the guy who gutted the Red Sox for prospects. Is Donovan the next victim in a league-wide conspiracy to redistribute talent? You tell me, what's your take on Bloom's motives? Now let me tell you exactly who Brendan Donovan is, why he represents the perfect solution to the Dodgers' most pressing roster need. This is a 27-year-old left-handed hitter who just put together the best season of his young career. In 2025, Donovan slashed .287, .353, .417 across 151 games. Those numbers might not jump off the page like a 30-home run, 100 RBI season, but they represent exactly the kind of value championship teams need from their complementary players. That .353 on-base percentage is elite. It's not a fluke or a hot 2-month stretch. It's a full season of disciplined, mature plate appearances that demonstrate genuine hitting ability and baseball intelligence. But here's where this gets really interesting. And here's why Donovan represents such incredible value beyond just his offensive contributions. This guy is not a one-position player. He's not some defensive liability that you have to hide somewhere on the field and hope he doesn't cost you games with his glove. Brendan Donovan is legitimately versatile, capable of playing multiple positions at an above-average defensive level. And that kind of flexibility is absolutely invaluable to a team chasing championships. In 2025 alone, Donovan played 100 games at second base, 18 games in left field, and 6 games at shortstop. Over his career to this point, he's logged 163 games in left field, 30 in right field, and significant time all over the infield. This isn't a guy who can sort of fake it at different positions in emergency situations. He's actually good at multiple spots. His defensive metrics are solid across the board. He doesn't make mental mistakes. He takes good routes to balls in the outfield. His hands are reliable in the infield. His arm is accurate. He plays clean. It's fundamentally sound baseball that doesn't kill you with errors or bonehead plays that turn manageable situations into disasters. Conspiracy alert. Is this versatility a front office masterstroke to manipulate rosters league-wide? You bet it is, and the Dodgers are poised to exploit it. Imagine the league's reaction. How did LA get this Swiss Army knife? And what if Donovan's all-star nod was a setup to inflate his trade value? Rhetorical bombshell. Are the Cardinals secretly rooting for this deal to fund their rebuild? Fans are theorizing wild plots? Share yours below. Let's talk about the timing of this potential move, because that's absolutely critical to understanding why this makes so much sense right now. The Cardinals are in a fascinating position organizationally. They brought in Chaim Bloom, a former Red Sox executive, who has a reputation for being analytically driven and willing to make tough decisions in pursuit of long-term success. Bloom is evaluating every aspect of the Cardinals' roster and farm system, and he's made it clear that virtually everyone is available at the right price. The Cardinals aren't bad enough to completely tear everything down and start from scratch, but they're also not good enough to reasonably expect to compete for championships in the immediate future. They're stuck in that uncomfortable middle ground that often forces teams to make difficult decisions about veteran players. Compare this to past signings like the Yankees' ruthless rebuilds or the Astros' strategic manipulations. This is Bloom playing the long game, just like those teams did. And the Dodgers? They're the anti-Cardinals, ready to strike while the iron's hot. Rhetorical question. How many times have we seen teams like this blow up in chaos? Too many, but not this time. Think of the Padres' failed trades or the Giants' missed opportunities. Donovan could be the Dodgers' version of a steal, like when the Astros nabbed Correa. What do you think? Is this karma for LA's past dominance? Dave Roberts, the Dodgers manager, absolutely loves players like this. He loves having options, flexibility, and the ability to match up favorably, regardless of what the opposing team throws at him. Donovan gives him all of that and more. This is the type of player that championship teams are built around. The glue guys who do all the little things right, who never beat themselves, and who make everyone around them better just by executing their responsibilities perfectly every single night. Here's another huge advantage the Dodgers have in these trade discussions. They already have an established relationship with the St. Louis Cardinals from previous trades. Most notably the 3-team deal in 2024 that brought Tommy Edman and Michael Kopech to Los Angeles. That trade worked out phenomenally well for the Dodgers, as Edman became a crucial contributor during their championship run. The Cardinals know that Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers front office operate with integrity, that they value prospects appropriately, and that they follow through on agreements. That existing relationship and trust matters significantly when negotiating trades, especially complicated ones involving multiple prospects and financial considerations. Roster implications? Massive. This plugs the second base hole without salary cap nightmares. Unlike those bloated free agent deals that haunt teams, depth charts shift. Lux moves to utility, freeing up spots. Salary dynamics. Donovan's RBers keep costs down while adding value. Development concerns. None, he's proven, not a project. Here's the kicker. How does this affect the Dodgers bench? More versatility means fewer pinch hit woes. What's your lineup prediction? Let's break down what those numbers actually mean in practical terms. Donovan racked up 32 doubles, showing gap-to-gap power and the ability to drive balls into the outfield consistently. He hit 10 home runs, proving he's not just a slap hitter who can only poke. Singles through the infield. He drove in 73 runs while scoring 65 himself, contributing to run production from multiple spots in the lineup. But more importantly than any of those counting stats, he simply doesn't give away outs. He works counts, forcing pitchers to throw extra pitches and make mistakes. He doesn't chase garbage out of the strike zone. He takes his walks when they're there, and he puts the ball in play with authority when he does swing. This is exactly the type of offensive approach that fits seamlessly into the Dodgers' philosophy. When you're building a lineup around megastars like Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman, you need players who can get on base ahead of them and create opportunities for those big bats to drive in runs. You need guys who make the opposing pitcher work, who grind through at bats, who force defenses to play perfect baseball because there are no easy outs. Brendan Donovan does all of that at an exceptionally high level, and he does it with remarkable consistency night after night throughout the entire season. Projections. Elite, he's not peaking. He's evolving with upside for even better power and discipline. Weaknesses. Minimal, maybe a slight dip in speed, but who cares when he's a defensive wizard? Advanced stats. His WOBA of .340 screams value, and his WAR around 3.5 puts him in all-star territory. Compared to peers, better than Lux's inconsistency, smarter than most utility guys. Strengths. Patience. 11% walk rate. Contact 85% contact rate. And clutch hitting high RBI and high leverage spots? What's your scouting report? Is he underrated? The other teams reportedly interested in Donovan include the New York Mets, New York Yankees, Philadelphia Phillies, and Houston Astros. That's some serious competition. All teams with deep pockets and strong farm systems capable of putting together compelling offers. But the Dodgers have advantages over all of them. They have that existing relationship with St. Louis from previous trades. They have a farm system ranked among the best in baseball, with depth at multiple positions. They have a proven track record of player development that might make certain prospects more appealing to the Cardinals. And they have the most immediate, obvious roster fit for Donovan's skill set. Which might matter if Donovan has any say in where he ends up through trade protections or informal discussions. Fans are losing their minds, Cardinals supporters are outraged at the sell-off, while Dodgers diehards are hyped. Media, executives are scrambling, leaking rumors to stir the pot. Why the shock? Because this could tip the balance in the NL West, sparking rivalries and conspiracy theories about league favoritism. Rival fans are tweeting, "Dodgers cheating again." Phillies execs are fuming. Astros are plotting counters. What do you think? Will this start a bidding war? So what would the actual on-field impact be if the Dodgers successfully acquire Brendan Donovan? Let me paint this picture for you in vivid detail because the implications are massive for how this roster would function heading into spring training. Immediately, you solve the second base problem that has plagued this team. No more uncertainty. No more wondering if Gavin Lux can finally stay healthy and produce consistently. No more piecing together platoons and hoping internal options magically develop into reliable everyday players. You get stability, reliability, and genuine production from a position that has been a black hole far too often over the past 2 years. Imagine the Dodgers lineup with Donovan slotting in at the top or second in the batting order. Picture him getting on base with that elite .353 OBP, working counts, forcing the opposing starter to labor through the first inning, and then turning the lineup over to Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman with runners on base. That's a nightmare scenario for any pitcher in baseball. You can't pitch around Donovan because the guys hitting behind him will absolutely destroy mistakes. But you also can't just groove fastballs because Donovan has proven he can do damage when given pitches to hit. It creates this perfect offensive ecosystem where everyone benefits from each other's presence in the lineup. Defensively, the impact is equally significant. Donovan playing second base every day means Mookie Betts can focus entirely on playing his natural position without worrying about learning a new spot or adapting to different defensive responsibilities. It means the infield has consistency and familiarity. with players who know each other's tendencies, can turn double plays smoothly. And don't create communication breakdowns that lead to extra outs for opposing offenses. And if someone does get hurt, or matchups dictate a different alignment, Donovan's versatility means Dave Roberts has options rather than being forced into uncomfortable choices that create defensive liabilities. Here's something else that doesn't show up in traditional statistics, but matters enormously to championship teams. Brendan Donovan has exceptional baseball IQ. He plays the game the right way. He takes extra bases when they're available, but doesn't run into stupid outs trying to do too much. He executes situational hitting, moving runners over and driving them in when the situation calls for it. He doesn't try to be a hero and swing for the fences in every at-bat. He understands that his role is to get on base, work counts, and create opportunities for the stars to do their damage. That kind of selfless, team-first mentality is exactly what defines championship cultures, and Donovan embodies it perfectly. When you're chasing 3 consecutive World Series titles, something that has only been accomplished once in the modern era by the late 1990s Yankees dynasty, every single detail matters. The difference between winning and losing close games often comes down to fundamentals. Execution and having players who simply don't beat themselves. Donovan is that kind of player. He's not going to single-handedly carry a team offensively, but he's also never going to be the reason you lose. He's going to show up every day, give you professional at-bats, play solid defense, do all the little things that add up to wins over the course of a long season. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What would it actually take to acquire Brendan Donovan from the Cardinals? Obviously, St. Louis isn't going to just give away a 27-year-old all-star with 3 years of team control remaining. They're going to demand legitimate prospect capital in return. The Dodgers are going to have to be willing to part with some valuable pieces from their farm system. But here's the key consideration. This isn't going to require the Dodgers to trade their absolute top-tier, untouchable prospects. Chaim Bloom and the Cardinals front office are realistic about Donovan's value. He's a very good player, but he's not a franchise-altering superstar. The asking price should be reasonable and within the Dodgers' comfort zone. You're probably looking at a trade package built around mid-level prospects. Guys who are close to the major leagues and have real upside but aren't considered elite, can't-miss talents. Maybe a pitching prospect in the upper levels of the minors who could contribute in the next year or two. Maybe a position player with intriguing tools who needs more development time. Maybe another lottery ticket type player with high ceiling but more risk. The exact details would obviously depend on negotiations between the two front offices. But the framework of a deal is absolutely achievable without completely gutting the Dodgers. Farm system, or sacrificing their ability to make future moves. This is where Andrew Friedman's brilliance as a general